Hey guys, welcome back. So, podcast host Joe Budden charged with lewdness over naked sleepwalking incident. A lot of people have stated when I was listening to different resources about this that they have heard Joe have this problem before in the past, where he has talked about this. I think specifically his engineer said that a few years ago, so they were talking about this on another show, and it came up where he was like, yeah, he sleepwalked into my room and cuddled or spooned with me. Okay, so I'm going to comment on that later, but just a little bit more information about sleepwalking. So sleepwalking is called somnambulism, and it's also known as sleepwalking. So what can cause somnambulism? The condition cannot be attributed to a single cause. Many factors play a role, including stress, sleep deprivation, a change in sleep pattern due to traveling to different time zones, other sleep disorders like obstructive sleep apnea, other sleep disorders like obstructive sleep apnoea, certain types of hypnotics, sedatives, and antihistamines. Risk factors includes genetics. So family history increases the risk. So if he has somebody in his family that has a history of it. Age, it is most common amongst children. Now, what are the symptoms? I just wanted to get this, textbook definition of it to see if, what he's saying is believable. So during an episode, the person might sit up in bed with their eyes open. They may walk around. They may have a glassy-eyed, staring appearance, do not show a response when spoken to, inability to recall sleepwalking after waking up, excessive daytime sleepiness. If awaking during an episode, the person is confused and disoriented and rarely engage in unusual behavior or sexual activity. So let's put a pin on that. It says rarely engage in unusual behavior or sexual activity, right? Complications. So something that poses this as a danger to the person who's having these symptoms is like they can get hurt while they're sleepwalking, excessive daytime sleepiness due to prolonged sleep disruption. So if this is something that occurs with them, then they could be, at risk in the daytime of being sleepy. They could have behavior issues, of course. If you're deprived of sleep, yeah, that makes sense. Embarrassment and social relationship problems, injuring another nearby person, and disrupting other people's sleep. Now, I did see somewhere where it says that somebody could go driving. I'm trying to find that. I saw somewhere it says the person could go driving. Where did I see that? So another site, Healthline, their site is saying that it can be caused by medication, genetics, or health conditions. I think Joe has enough money to get a doctor to write this into his history or his somehow, make a note that, hey, this is a symptom of his, even though I don't think they would have to because his engineer or whoever that was talked about him cuddling him years ago. I just think, like I said, place a note, place a dot, place a bullet at that where it says they really engage in unusual behavior. Why is it that when he does sleepwalk, he will do something as such, and then you get to kind of write it off as, oh, you know what, this is a disorder that I have, when you coincidentally do something that is really outrageous. It says here on Healthline, sleepwalking can occur due to certain medications like zolpidem, or health conditions including stress and sleep deprivation. Some medications may reduce sleepwalking. Okay. Have you ever gone to sleep in your bed and woken up in the living room or sofa? Or perhaps you've woken up with mysterious crumbs sprinkled over your pajamas with no recollection of a midnight snack? If so, you may be one of the 6.9% of people who've experienced at least one episode of sleepwalking in their life. Although the prevalence of sleepwalking is significantly higher in children, about 1.5% of adults have had a sleepwalking episode beyond their childhood years. Sleepwalking or somnambulism can be caused by medications, genetics, or health conditions that disrupt your sleep. Here's what we know about why some people sleepwalk. Okay. It occurs during NREM. I remember REM. I don't remember NREM, but NREM, that's non-rapid eye movement sleep. That's the deepest part of your sleep. Okay. The American Psychiatric Association does not consider sleepwalking to be a disorder unless it happens often enough to cause you distress and it disturbs your ability to function during the day. Not everyone stops. Although rare, some people may start sleepwalking in their adult years. Sleep researchers have identified several health conditions, activities, and substances that are known to trigger sleepwalking episodes. It's also possible that you inherited your tendency to sleepwalk. Sleepwalking sometimes runs in families. All right, so I was trying to find the driving thing, but I don't see it. Anyway, long story short, I am not sure that I believe Joe's, hey, I was sleepwalking kind of thing. He went to insert the number for his neighbor's apartment, and the neighbor states that they caught him on the ring cam completely naked, trying to, I guess, appear to get into their house. The neighbor says they have two young daughters. That's another part that I don't believe is, yes, okay, you have two young daughters, but of course, in order to make this complaint even more, salacious and make it even worse, like, oh yes, our two young kids saw this as well. I think it was like 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that. I don't really believe that that was the case, but they said it. Nobody else can dispute it. And also, apparently, this Joe Budden has also already had issues with this neighbor. And I think, I don't know, in my opinion, I don't have all of the details, but I think it's probably jealousy. He's a known face. He's been on commercials. You can look him up. You can see his past. And I think for this reason, these people, they want to choose whether or not they like this person and then give him a hard time. I thought Joe Budden lived in a house. From some of the episodes that I heard, I thought he lived in a house. I didn't know that he lived in an apartment. But to each his own. I don't know if he's going to be getting kicked out of the apartment. I think I saw a report. Now, let me go back to that. So, podcast host Joe Budden charged with lewdness over naked sleepwalking incident. Former rapper, and so I'm getting this from, where am I getting this from? Huffington Post. So, this story is from Pakrapan Nimani. Former rapper and popular podcast host Joe Budden has been charged with lewdness in connection to an incident in early December at his apartment building in Edgewater, New Jersey. Joe Budden, who's 44 years old, was charged on December 4th after a neighbor reportedly saw the internet personality standing naked in the hallway of their building at about 7 a.m. Oh, sorry, it was 7 a.m. I said 4. According to a news release from the Edgewater Police Department cited by Billboard magazine. Now, let me pause there. If it was 7 a.m., I am leaning towards it. He probably really was sleepwalking, because 7 a.m. is a time where a lot of people could be in the hallway, getting up, going to work, going to the gym. So maybe he really was sleepwalking. Who in their right mind is, oh my gosh, wait a minute, 7 a.m. Other people were speculating that, he could have been having an affair with the neighbor's wife. But why would he go over there naked? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I can't. No, I think he probably really was sleepwalking, because who would do that at 7 a.m.? The hallway should be busy at 7 a.m. Okay, according to Newsweek's blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me go back here. The incident was recorded on the neighbor's doorbell camera and showed Budden trying to enter numbers into the keypad several times before heading back to his home, according to the news release. Budden's attorney, Nima Ameri, called the Edgewater police announcement inflammatory and slanderous, adding that the incident stemmed from the rapper's long history of sleepwalking, according to a statement issued on Wednesday. I think if he really does have this, this issue, I think this is kind of embarrassing, because he shouldn't be singled out, and this made public, when this is like a diagnosis that he deals with. Okay. Ooh, what is this? Oh, that looks... So, what do you guys think? What? Oh my gosh, this guy is getting 2 years in jail for illegal TV Fire Stick seller? Wow, for what? That's excessive. Oh my gosh, that's excessive. 2 years? So this is a story by Chloe Aslett from BBC News. I think this is stupid. A man who sold illegally modified TV Fire Stick devices, which infringe copyright laws, has been jailed for 2 years. Sunny Canada of Creekview, Wheatley, and Halifax cheated legitimate providers out of more than $108,000 in an 18-month period between 2020 and 2022, a court heard. What is that denomination again? The 41-year-old sold the illegal gadgets on Facebook, knowing they provided unauthorized access to premium content platforms like Sky, BT Sport, Disney, and Netflix. Well, I kind of get it. Because that's kind of, isn't that where somebody else's account is going to be charged? Conda was sentenced at York Crown Court on Friday after pleading guilty in August to 3 charges relating to fraud, copyright, and concealing bank transfers linked to criminal activity. A hearing due to be held on May 7th, while this is written stupid, will decide if financial orders may also be imposed on him. Damn it, man. Canda's activities were... I can't read. Canda's activities were discovered following an investigation by National Trading Standards, local government and intellectual property organization FACT. An undercover investigator joined Canda's closed Facebook group, which had more than 3,900 members, and purchased the Fire Stick. All right, I've had enough. That's crazy. 2 years is kind of a lot. You know what they need to crack down on? They need to crack down on people with these freaking cameras recording every damn thing. I would love to see somebody get 2 years for that. All right, so what do you guys think of Joe Budden? Comment down below.